All right, so I just want to make this video right quick in relation to like the video going around about the girl talking about she had a baby by a random dude from Atlanta or something like that. And it's not really the narrative, well, the narrative that she's telling that I want to get at, but it's some of the vitriol or backlash that she's been getting. And I just want to remind people how Black women, generally speaking, have been raised, brought up. Black women, especially in the Black community, thanks to music and movies and other types of media, Black women have literally been encouraged to stay down and to coddle. Is that the word I want to look for? I don't feel like that's the right word right now. But for lack of a better term, to coddle men that are on their lowest, not, okay, so I'm at a loss for words for what I'm trying to articulate, but this is where it's coming from, in my opinion. We understand that what the system has done to the Black community, specifically the Black man, and as a result, there is an expectance of pity and understanding that is being projected onto Black women to have for Black men. So as a result, as it translates even to today's time, or, more modern times, I guess, there's been a push and assertion of being with Black men while we're down on our luck, whether it be financially or, just emotionally, whatever it might be, mentally or whatever. Black women have literally been encouraged through the past 20, 30, 40 years to do that and to be that for Black men. So just as far as all the vitriol and stuff like that goes for this girl, which, there have been people that have been encouraging her and have been agreeing with the fact that the nigga in question is definitely a trash ass deadbeat. That it seemed like he definitely did prey on her based on the way that she said that he was pretty much using her and stuff like that. I just want to remind y'all that Black women have certainly been encouraged to maintain this position when it comes to Black men. The whole sticking by us when we're down, sticking by us when we're mentally down, when we're emotionally down, any other type of detriment that Black men have been through or been going through, Black women have been socially encouraged to stick with us by and stick with us through. Because, we generally share the same background of struggle when it comes to trying to make it here in America, due to, racism and white supremacy. So those are some of the pushing factors of why you have that type of rhetoric or that type of notion or stance being pushed for Black women. So for those of y'all that are talking mess about this, she ain't too much younger than me. She's 23. I'm finna be 30. But for those of y'all that are talking mess about this quote unquote little girl or whatever you want to call it, just keep in mind that we, especially as Black men, have predominantly forced this narrative on Black women. That's not something Black women have necessarily pushed on themselves. That's really something that Black men have been allowing to be portrayed about us, and as far as what we want from our women. The whole concept of the whole ride or die or whatever, that's something that Black men have actively been perpetuating for well over a decade in our community. And a lot of that has negatively affected many Black women in our community as well, because instead of, the way I see it, instead of, allowing certain men to be held accountable by, say, the police or by the court system or the justice system or whatever, a lot of Black women instead have went out their way to try and save those Black men from being held accountable, when the fact of the matter is that is exactly what those Black men in question deserved. And they still do to this day and age. But because of the narrative that we've been pushing as far as, how to circumvent our intrapersonal relationships, that's the notion that a lot of Black women were raised having, that to stick next to Black men no matter what. And it's weird, too, because Black women have been raised to stick next to Black men no matter what. Yet you have these passport bros, these podcast bros that are sitting up here calling Black women hella unloyal, when the fact of the matter is Black women have been loyal for a very long time, to their detriment, to the point where a lot of Black women have been seriously harmed. Some women been burned. Some women been murdered. Some women have been SA'd, and they've still stayed next to their man because of the notion that Black women are supposed to hold us down no matter what. So now I'm glad I just connected that thought in my head, that memory, all these motherfuckers talking about, oh, well, black women aren't loyal. No, you are the motherfuckers that are sitting here talking about black women not being loyal. You are the ones that are not being loyal. You are. You fresh and fit, dick riders, whatever you want to call them. All y'all that was with Kevin Samuels, or all y'all that buy into the rhetoric that black women are the downfall of the black community. You are the ones that are being traitors, because black women have been having our backs as black men in the black community for absolute decades. And that is a fact. So that's pretty much all I had to say. I might speak on this later on, but that's it. Peace.